Yo, boys and girls, Channel Costco.
What up?
Rip, Shaf.
Hey.
And so we're here today, bringing out Hulk again. We are going to talk about She-Hulk.
Attorney at law.
Yes. Oh yeah, is it? No, is it Attorney at law?
It's attorney at law.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
So, you know, we wanted to talk about it. It's on Disney Plus. The first episode's only out right now on it, while it's still relevant before the others got the stream out there. But, you know, reason why we wanted to do this video was we both were pleasantly surprised.
Yeah. So basically, She-Hulk is Bruce Banner's cousin. You know, she is in the comic books. It isn't a randomly new main character. I don't think they've made too many random new characters in the MCU. But technically, the origin story is a little different.
Yeah.
In the comic book, she's dying of cancer, and to save her, Bruce does a blood transfusion with his blood, thinking the gamma radiation will help in regards to defeat the cancer.
Yeah.
And then she becomes She-Hulk. Whereas in this particular rendition, a spaceship forces them off the road. There are cuts on both Bruce and what's her name? Barbara
Walters.
Yeah, Barbara Walters. Both cuts on both of them, and Bruce's blood goes into the main bloodstream of Barbara.
Mm-hmm.
Now the thing is this is only feasible because usually when Bruce takes on damage, he gets angry and then he hulks out. So stuff like this usually doesn't happen. He has an inhibitor on his arm that prevents him from hulking out and is allowing his arm to actually heal as regular Bruce Banner.
Yeah.
You know, inhibitor basically prevents something from happening. You saw a lot of inhibitors in Marvel's X-Men where they had inhibitors around their neck that prevented them from using their mutant abilities. Now, because this inhibitor, Bruce is able to bleed, gets into the bloodstream, and then she hulks out. She then blacks out. The interesting thing with that is the origin story for She-Hulk, according to blogs and other videos that I've watched, wasn't actually supposed to be in the first episode. It wasn't until the 8th of 9 episodes where they're going to include the origin story. And that's why there's a lot of graphical issues. A lot of people really were annoyed about how certain things looked and she looked. And it's because I think editors quickly rushed to piece together and get things more of an assembled sort for episode 1 because they figured, you know, if you don't have an origin story, you just have a random She-Hulk, and people who don't know much about the Hulk, well, is this Bruce's kid? Is this, you know, were there other test subjects for Bruce and the Colonels, whatever, things of that sort.
I mean, I kind of thought it was good that they kind of did it, just because, I mean, I liked how they did it in this one, where it started off with her in present day, and I mean, it did the flashback of how she got there, which was cool.
Those who haven't watched and are using this as a litmus test, Barbara Banner, is it? Or what is it?
Walters, yeah.
Barbara,
right?
I don't think that's right, man.
No.
Barbara Walters is that interview.
Walters is definitely her last name.
Okay. I'll
Damn it, what is it? Anyway, sorry.
But yeah, she's an attorney at law.
Yeah.
And I'll look that up. Go ahead.
Okay. But yeah, so anyway, you know, I guess now that I think about it, you're right. I was thinking of the news anchor.
Barbara Walters.
Barbara Walters. But yeah, so you know, for me it was good. I did not read the comics.
Jennifer Walters.
Jennifer, thank you. Jennifer Walters. So, you know, I didn't read the comics. I wasn't really all that interested in her, honestly, just because more along the lines of, like, I was always more of a Hulk guy, and she wasn't a big angry thing. She was obviously intelligent and everything, so I always kind of gravitated more towards the Hulk because it was like an alter ego, like a true alter ego. Like when he turned into the Hulk, he turned into somebody else completely.
Right.
You know, in the actual origins of Stan Lee actually has said he wanted to create a Jekyll and Hyde story, which by the way it is Jekyll, not Jekyll. The original writer of the story, when it said actually came out before he passed away a long time ago, that it was actually Jekyll. So anyway.
Slight comment. Barbara Walters actually still alive. I mean, a journalist way back when. I'm surprised she's still kicking.
Well, she was on View for a little while.
Yeah, I think she's retired at this point or something to that effect.
But yeah, so with this, Jennifer Walters. So I was interested. I think She-Hulk is attractive.
Yeah.
Like an Amazon woman. I don't know why I like tall women. It's just a thing of
He
mine.
has a type.
Yeah.
Fans
Yeah.
comment to him. He's single.
Yes. Divorced but single. But yeah, so we it was always kind of like I always liked how she looked. I always thought she was a sexy superhero. And
But
things like that.
That's also part of the 90s where everyone was driven super sexual.
Oh, for sure. I mean, good lord. Even the men's superheroes back then, I mean, Wolverine was shirtless half the fucking time.
Right.
But anyway, it was cool. Like, I was moderately excited about it. I knew the creative team that was behind it. She did, I think, Russia Doll with her, right? I think is what it was.
Possibly, yeah.
I think is what it was, which I haven't watched the show, but I've heard it's a very good. The actress came back to do Jennifer Walters, so it's very well written. It is a chick show, I'll admit. It kind of has a lot of feminine vibes to it, but it's it's for a man, it's watchable. It's it has a lot of female jokes like Captain America and stuff like that. She clearly has the hots for Captain America.
I mean, also it's a little bit of women empowerment where you see a lot of these days where women are tearing apart women where this disheveled Jennifer Walters walks into a bar and people are giving her clothes just so that she's able to be presentable, if you will.
Yeah. She looks like a hooker though.
She looks like she got beat up pretty good by her man or something like that.
Oh no! But when they after the girls gave them their clothing.
Apparently those 4 ladies that came into that bar, which is a real bar in Atlanta, Georgia. Are actually very popular people in Atlanta, Georgia. Those 4 women.
Oh, no way.
Yeah. So credit to new rock stars because I watch your videos too often. Beyond that, just in the comic book, it's very similar. I don't know if you touched upon it. Jennifer breaks the 4th wall often.
Oh, I know, I didn't.
It's just a little weird because the only 4th wall breaking in the MCU isn't really in the MCU yet. It's Deadpool who breaks the 4th wall. So it's a little bit to get used to if you're not used to that kind of comedy or whatever the case may be. I think this is kind of...
Didn't WandaVision do some 4th wall breaking now and then? Not a lot, but... Because didn't she talk to the camera sometimes? Now, granted, it was a sitcom, but...
She talked to the director, which the director was Agatha Harkness.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Because it was Agatha all along.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I think there's some great possibilities. I thought it was kind of hilarious that they're concentrating on Captain America's sex life, even though he's madly in love with Peggy Carter.
Yeah.
Which
he goes back in time, eventually marries her in an alternate universe, but
it causes a fracture in time, right?
Yeah. So it's interesting because don't they even touch on that in Loki? That he created an alternate timeline, but it's not interfering with anything else, so they let it go or something like that.
The thing that I don't understand is how is it not interfering? Because let's say that Captain goes back and then has a kid with Peggy, and
they did though. Remember? Because I think they had 2 kids. Remember at the end when he goes back and sees Bucky and gives him the shield? Or no, it wasn't Bucky. Sorry, Sam. He gives him the shield. I think he says that. He's he alludes, he doesn't straight out say it, but he basically says, I think, that he made a family with Peggy.
Well, that'd be interesting to see kind of that path if they ever touch upon it. Because the original thought was the other Carter, the blonde girl who is the power broker. And
oh, yeah.
They think that that's Captain's kid, unknowingly, which would be a bunch of time, rifty type of things that would be in there.
Because they even had a love triangle at one point.
Mm-hmm. Boy, howdy. Keep it in the family, Cap.
It would make sense. She is blonde. Yeah, America's blonde.
Maybe that's what made her go crazy and become a power broker. Just like my father or grandfather.
Yeah, I made out with my father.
Beyond that, I think it does have some female elements. I think it's geared towards more of a comedy in generalities.
Big time.
It's interesting to see how her learning curve is much faster than Bruce's, because they put it as because, like you said, Hulk has multiple entities within him. He didn't have to, or she didn't have to fight with those entities to become who she is, and she has cognizant self in the She-Hulk form.
Yeah, she has complete control over it.
We're touching the very, very baseline of the show because we know that there are at least 2 cameos. One being Charlie Cox's Daredevil is in this show.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Well, he's in the trailer.
Oh, was he?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's right. He was. He was.
And then,
briefly.
To my understanding, the Abomination's in here, and there's a couple other things that could be sprinkled throughout because with now these big announcements from Phase 5 and 6 that we have touched upon, I can only assume that they need to character build and story drive the next couple of movies. I think Wakanda Forever will be very big in that aspect. I think Quantum Mania will just blow everything out of the water and just literally blow our little minds out of our skulls.
I'm hoping. I don't know. I mean, Ant-Man's always been a crowd pleaser, but his movies to me have always been very shallow.
I mean, they're very jokey oriented, so the contents within them usually isn't such that it's like a Spider-Man.
Serious, yeah. And it'll be interesting to see if they do go that route because realistically, Ant-Man has some very dark themes in the storylines.
This one is
comics, I should say.
The main protagonist is Kang.
Oh, really?
Yes. So I forget his name. Why do I?
Jonathan Majors.
Thank you.
Good.
He's going to be in there. His daughter is going to be have powers as an Ant-Man as well. I don't know if she plays a Wasp or whatever, but she's going to be involved. And the sneak trailer that was given at San Diego Comic-Con was a dialogue between Jonathan Majors and Paul Rudd. Paul Rudd was says, "I'm an Avenger." It's like, "Oh, you're an Avenger. Have I killed you yet?"
Oh,
he
yeah.
travels to multiple dimensions, killing the Avengers.
Because he's trying to be like omnipresent, and then also doesn't he absorb when he kills? It's like the one. Remember that movie with Jet Li, where he kills. If he kills himself, he becomes stronger. I think that's canon.
I don't remember what Kang does other than he's just super powerful, super smart. Beyond that,
yeah, because he was human originally, right?
Yes, and there's a Kang Prime that eventually will be, what is it? Because the 2 movies that have been released in 6 were Avengers Kang Dynasty, but it's probably trying to kill Kang Prime, which one of the Kang variants is actually Reed Richards' son, or not son, but heir. Yeah. And then Nathaniel Reed is what's his name. And then
because his son I know is like super powerful and
super
main with 616.
Yeah. So there's a bunch of stuff that's going to be floating around. If you don't know about it, we'll probably touch upon it. Back to She-Hulk, unfortunately.
Yeah.
But no, it should be a very promising show. 9 episodes, so it's going to be a little longer than our typical 6.
That's nice. Right.
Yeah, 6 one and done. We did not touch about Miss Marvel. Schaefer actually has forgone Miss Marvel. I thought it was very entertaining also, so if you do have some time to kill, I think it's worth just to watch. It's pretty interesting.
Is it teeny, like, tackles more like teen issues maybe or something like that? I'm not against it, but...
Girl likes boy, girl likes other boy. There is confusion on what boy to like, but I think there are elements that aren't like, if you don't watch it, it's not going to be like Marvel's going to be horrible and different and you don't know what's going on. But I think for just the baseline viewing of this 6 episode provided time permits, it's good, it's watchable, and the actress, the young lady, she's a phenomenal actress. She loves Marvel.
Yeah.
Like, she is so knowledgeable on Marvel, it's crazy. Like, she researches, she asks Kevin Feige questions, and Kevin Feige can't answer it because he knows that if she tells her, things will fall into place because it's clicking in her head. She's an amazing actress.
Interesting.
So,
okay. Yeah, I mean, it's nothing against it or whatever. It's just like anything, really, because it's just like, if she's a young woman, a teenager in high school and stuff like that, and, I find, like, I know it's more like girl power campy, kind of, maybe, right? A little bit? At least that's what the vibe I got from the comics.
I mean, there's definitely some, push for, hey, you're a young female and you want to make sure that you're not, getting trampled on.
Yeah. I mean, it's just like, fine, whatever. It's just not my bag. But, it would be like, probably like, oh, for a woman, she wouldn't really give a shit to watch the Incredible Hulk because he's just a big angry dude, and it's like where that would probably more
Yeah,
along
it's a
the
love
lines.
story with.
Oh yeah, sure. Whatever, Thunderbolt's daughter.
Yeah, well, with Tyler's, whoever she plays, their name.
Anyway,
We're getting old. We're gonna need to like.
no, the problem is I've just got too much shit being absorbed into the brain. I make room for others. But anyway, it's Ross Thunderbolt. What the fuck is his daughter's name? Anyway, I know the villain, but it was never meant to be, and it never ended up to be. Well, actually, no. Excuse me. In the comics, I think she actually gets gamma radiation, and she turns into this hideous monster, and she actually fights Venom, if I remember. But anyway, Agent Venom. But yeah. So anywho, She-Hulk's good. It's I would say it's more of a 30-something, young 30-something female show, maybe kind of like a Ally McBeal style TV show, maybe a little more tongue-in-cheek, but it's good. I'm excited. It seems like it'll be fun. It's got Bruce along for the ride. It seems a little bit. Never really been a fan of Mark Ruffalo's interpretation. I think he's a great actor, but I just kind of like Edward Norton's better, personally.
Like the problem with Edward Norton is like
He's a dick, I know.
he's incredibly hard to work with, and that's why like.
Oh, I know. I know the whole story, but
Yeah, but like even still, like he did well, yeah. But and does he look more like Bruce Banner and how the comic book portrays it? Yeah, but I really appreciated how much Ruffalo was done with it.
yeah. I mean, he's made him kind of more of a fun-loving.
Not Betty Ross. What is it?
Yes, Ross is the last name. Thunderbolt was his nickname.
Oh, not Bruce Lee. God dang it.
It's Ross. That's right. But yeah, it's. What was my point?
You're talking about Ruffalo versus Norton.
Oh,
Betty Ross.
Betty?
Yeah.
Shut the front door.
Yeah.
Oh.
Because Betsy Ross is the
Singer.
Betty Ross, ex-father-in-law of
Yeah, Glenn Ross. Is it Glenn Ross?
Glenn Talbot, father-in-law of Bruce Banner. I don't know, whatever.
Anyway, so I just kind of wish they would do a little more with Hulk, maybe a little more with like his original villains and stuff like that. Like I know they tried with the first film and they just did horrible.
It's just so hard because you're basing a movie that's going to be 90 to 100% CGI now, right?
But are they not now though? I mean,
they're still with stand-in actors and things of that sort.
Yeah, but it's all motion capture. I mean, like Moon Knight was all motion capture with the suit and everything.
Yeah, but there was still parts where it's
it was live action.
Yeah. So the thing is like, mind you, most like Avatar is like 90% CGI or whatever the case may be. The James Cameron, not M. Night Shyamalan. But the thing is just like because you had only Smart Hulk before you found out this technology, to create a Hulk movie would have been all Smart Hulk or Hulk. So no matter what, it would have been that.
I'm not saying they need to make a Hulk movie. Honestly, I think more Hulk should follow the She-Hulk formula, where it should be kind of like more of a one-off episode kind of a thing, where he tackles maybe a different theme in each episode, and kind of maybe follow like the comic book format. And there's just so many stories in Hulk's history that are phenomenal, and it's like they haven't tacked any of them.
Yeah.
And I feel like it's just a huge missed opportunity because it's like there's not Brainiac. No, see, this is horrible. But he's green. He's just like he's got gamma radiation, but instead of getting super strong, he got super intelligent.
Right.
His brain.
He made a cameo in
the first one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I mean, the thing is like yes, the MCU as a whole is just bursting with possible topics. May it be World War Hulk, may it be Battle World, may it be.
Well, they kind of did World War Hulk already, sort of. But believe it or not, I actually didn't really enjoy World War Hulk. Or Planet Hulk. Planet Hulk was just okay. World War Hulk was just really, honestly, in my opinion, was kind of dumb.
Right.
It wasn't a very deep story. It was just him teaming up with people on this planet and taking down, the evil ruler. Which fine, whatever.
Right.
But the planet was Scar, believe it or not. And that's why when you told me that his son's name, I was like, wow. But anyway, so I don't know. I mean, I like it when they kind of go the more humanized route with it, where it's like human relationships and things like that, like with his love, Betty, and then his nemesis is her father, things like that.
The interesting thing also is like you would need to cast a lot of Ruffalo, which means you're perpetually on alert for spoilers, because of the two actors in the MCU who are notorious at giving spoilers, is Ruffalo and Spider-Man.
Oh, yeah.
Tom Holland. So,
I mean, I don't know. I just think, like, regardless of spoilers or not, it's just like, I think they need to do something with it, because he's got such a good rogues gallery, different villains that haven't really been seen.
No.
And granted, they're probably more suited towards a big brute than the other Avengers and stuff like that. But that's all you need. I mean,
that's the positives of having Disney Plus now, because the Disney Plus slate is not completely full. The only works that we know of in terms of Marvel is Loki season 2. There is a rumor that Moon Knight season 2 has been greenlit. They're not going to do a WandaVision. They're not going to do Captain America and Falcon, because you're going to have Captain America New World Order.
Yeah.
You're going to have X-Men 99 or 97, excuse me. And you're going to have What If season 2 and 3.
Oh, yeah.
So that's 5 projects. You're looking at least 4 minimum per year. And, for next year, we have Loki 2 and What If, I think, right now. Even if you create that Moonlight, the fastest coming out is end of 2023. So the thing is that's a great part about Disney Plus. Those things that super fans want, you can have in a smaller scale. The problem is it's a business. You're going to need the ROI on it, right?
Yeah.
So is Hulk going to be able to give you that ROI? And they're going to see now in the next 2 years, can the MCU survive without Chris Evans and
Robert Downey Jr.
Yes, you can replace those superheroes with other iterations. Captain Carter or
I think
Ironheart or whomever.
I mean, it would be interesting. Like, don't get me wrong, I like Captain Carter a lot, but I feel like she's such a recently made up character that it's too soon.
Right.
And
they have U.S. agent technically still too.
True.
They do also have Sam Wilson's Captain America as well.
Well, that's what I mean.
Yeah.
Like, I personally, I'm like, just go with Sam Wilson. And I think I like Anthony Mackie. I think he's a good actor when he can be. There are some movies where I was like, oof. But yeah, I mean, I think he could nail it as Captain America. I enjoyed his interpretation at the end of Captain America and how he stepped up on it.
Yeah.
And I think it could be fun, like the bro love that between him and Bucky.
Yeah.
Just run with that a little bit.
Or you can just give 2 shields at this point. Why does it matter,
Or, I mean, not even that. Just make Bucky freaking Winter Soldier, And so, and like, maybe just have it being like globe-trotting, like, adventure kind of a thing, a la maybe 007 sort of.
Sure.
And they kind of did that with the show, but, I always thought that was kind of more Captain America's wheelhouse. Captain America 1 and 2 were just awesome, in my opinion. Civil War.
I thought 1 was a little slow.
Yeah, it was. In the beginning, for sure. But, I think the thing I liked about 1...
We both need to rewatch it to figure out who's the USO girl he banged.
Oh, that's right. That's right, I forgot about that. But yeah, it was funny that's like the... no, actually, I think it was the end.
Is it? Okay.
Yeah, the end credit scene is like a shot of when her and Bruce are at the bar hitting back shots. and she just keeps on bothering him. Like he died a virgin, and he was like, no, he didn't die a virgin. He slept with an USO girl back in '43, and she goes, I knew it, Captain America, and then it cuts out.
Yeah. But you were saying in terms of movie 1 being slow and 2 being great.
I liked 2. Believe it or not, I actually liked 1 better. The reason is I think it tackled themes.
2 is Civil War or Winter Soldier? I'm sorry.
Winter Soldier.
Okay.
3 is Civil War.
Okay.
But I actually enjoyed the first one the most, only because I felt it tackled a lot of themes that superhero films don't really cover a lot of, which was loss.
Right. I feel though. Sorry.
Oh no, go ahead.
That Red Skull was underutilized.
I think they killed him off too quickly. I think they should have given him more than 1 movie, really.
Yeah.
Because he's such a prominent villain.
They did give him Endgame.
I mean, he was an appearance, kind of. But
spooky.
Yeah. He looked like the Grim Reaper.
Yeah.
But so I don't know. I mean, I really enjoyed that movie. I like the themes behind it. World War II is one of my favorite themes to go into for movies, just because the absolute evil that was the Nazis, just easy to hate, and that was fun to me. And he lost his love, he lost his best friend, and he lost his life at the end. That he knew, I guess I should say.
Right.
And so that was very powerful to me. And then when they picked it up with 2, I liked the relationship, but I just fucking hate Shield. The MCU Shield, I just don't like them. It's just period. I can't stand them. They're annoying. It's all this, Shadow and stabby bullshit, and Hydra was there the whole time, and I'm just like, this. I don't like that spy bullshit where it's triple agents or triple undercover and all this other crap. It's just please.
So, do you not like Bond in that same aspect?
No, Bond. But here's the thing, because Bond is Bond. That is a spy movie. Period.
So you're saying that
where
you have a superhero movie with underlays of different concepts that don't need to necessarily be there is annoying.
Well, yes, I think they tried to make it too much into a spy movie.
It's bad that at times I like Austin Powers way more than I like Bond.
Yeah, I mean, sure, I get that. I'm a Bond guy, but mostly probably because my grandfather was a big Bond fan growing up, and so we watched a lot of movies together. But I just like Bond just because mostly the newer ones for sure. The old ones are kind of corny, but
newer ones being Pierce Brosnan, or your new ones being the other Daniel Craig.
I mean, there are some. There's the one that Sean Connery came back for in the early '80s. I forgot what it's called, but that one's pretty good.
Casino Royale?
No. I can't remember what it is. It was The World Is Not... No, that was Pierce Brosnan. I'll throw it up there.
Well, yeah.
Moonraker was actually okay. It's corny as hell, but it's got that corny classic Bond feel to it. Man with the Golden Gun. I mean, Goldfinger's legendary. That's a great movie. Probably debatably in my mind, one of the best Bond films ever. But Casino Royale came out, and that was awesome. Kind of reset my view on James Bond in general.
Right.
Quantum of Solace was decent.
Yeah.
But I thought Spectre was better, and then Die Another Day, right? Or No Time to Die. No Time to Die. That was pretty good. I like the themes that they tackled in that and everything, just about moving on, and how everybody kind of hated Bond in the beginning, but then they realized how good he was, and they befriended him at the end. That was a good film.
Well, I mean, we'll have to do a Bond video at one point. That's like GoldenEye, probably do it.
Oh God!
But
slappers only.
Jeez, that's gonna be horrible. Unless it's license skill. Anyways,
yes.
In regards to that, She-Hulk, definitely entertaining. Definitely have high hopes for it as of right now after episode 1. If you have opportunity, check out Ms. Marvel. Beyond that, we'll be back with at least a touch-up for She-Hulk.
Yeah.
Definitely do possibly an Andor. I think it's going to be freaking phenomenal.
Really?
Yes. Fine, I might do an Andor.
Well, no, yeah. I mean, I'll probably give the first episode a go for sure, but I just have really I did not care about his character in the movie.
Casting?
Yeah, and it's just like, I mean, Rogue One was good, but it was good because it tackled different themes in the Star Wars universe. It wasn't good because of the actors and their stories.
Right. Well, we'll touch upon that with Andor, but. We'll be back with definitely more MCU type of videos because that's kind of what we do. Worst comes worst, we'll definitely do Wakanda for everyone.
Oh yeah, I mean we'll do it probably a mid She-Hulk follow up.
My favorite mutant Namor will be in it.
Oh yeah.
But we shall see you soon. Please make sure to like the video, subscribe to our videos, ring the bell for notifications, and tell friends.
Yes,
we need like 1,000 subscribers. We're getting closer and closer every day. You can help, so don't ignore us. Watch them. We'll see you next time. All right.
All right.